Hello again, everyone. In this video, I want to run through how to install Google Cloud CLI, formerly Google Cloud SDK, on Linux Mint. But this should also apply to any Debian-based distro of Linux. So to jump right in, you can see I Googled Google SDK. If we go there, it's going to point us to the Google Cloud CLI, and it has the install instructions here. In this other window, I just Googled Google CLI, and if I look, it's the same page. Now, what I wanted to point out here was the first tab is Linux. What that's going to do is give you, a gzipped bash script to run an install.sh script, which is fine, and I believe you can run updates with gcloud, components, upgrade, or something like that. But the better way to do that is if you go to Debian Ubuntu and just run these commands, because what that's going to do is it's going to add the repo to your system. So as your system here, I always forget the name, the update manager goes and looks for updates for programs you have installed on your computer, it's going to see those updates and apply them, so you don't really need to worry about it. Okay, so I am on Linux Mint Wilma, which is the latest distro. I'm just going to make this bigger and run through these commands. Sudo apt-get update. Going to have to put in my password here. And while that's running, I'm just going to grab this next command. Looks like we have some dependencies there. I'm pretty sure I have all of those installed already. I'm going to Control L to give us some space. Okay. Yep, I already had all those installed. Doesn't hurt to run that again to double check. Okay, so we've got a few different versions here. I know I'm on pretty much the latest, so I'll just grab this first one. It looks like this one doesn't have the de-armor, and it looks like if keyring isn't supported. I believe I've got another video on how to bump these up if you run into issues. If I remember, I'll drop a link to that down in the description. Okay, enough of that. So again, grabbing the first command, that's just going to add the key. And then it looks like we need to make an entry to say, hey, where to look for updates and things like that. So again, copying that first command, paste that in. That all looks good. Okay, and now that it knows where to look for a package called Google Cloud CLI, I can run the install, and it should be able to find it. And there it goes. I'm just going to choose Y for yes, go ahead and install. And while that's running, let's see what else we might need. If we're running inside Docker, we're not. And then just to get started, gcloud init. So once that's done, we'll go ahead and run that. Let's see, looks like 505.0.0. Let's see if it's got the latest version in here. I don't see anything that lists the version. but I'm guessing that is the latest because we are pointing at the source repository. Okay, so now, oh, we just ran that one. gcloud init. And let's see. Oh, might need to blur that out, but that's okay. I'm going to reinitialize. It looks like I had it installed at some point before. And I want to sign in with a new Google account. And I'm going to choose this one here and continue. And I'm going to allow that. And I believe that should be all. Yes, my projects are listed here, so I can go ahead and just select that project. Do you want to configure a default compute region and zone? Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Oh, wow. Please enter. So I am in Chicago, so I think US Central 1C is probably the closest. Okay. And then it's just telling me what my defaults will be. I think I had gcloud installed previously when it was SDK as a deb file, and I had uninstalled that, but that configuration file is probably still hanging out there. So yours might be a little different, but I feel like the information printed here is pretty useful if there's an error. So if you just read the screen, it'll probably direct you on what you need to do. And so now when you do sudo apt-get update, upgrade, or the software I can never remember the name of, the update manager sees that there's a newer version released. You should get that update without needing to worry about periodically manually running an update. And just as a happy coincidence, I actually recorded this video last night, and then this morning I woke up early, checked my PC for updates before heading out to work, and guess what? So let me move myself out of the way. If you can see my update manager, it's down there with the orange circle. And we look, and we do have Google Cloud CLI 506 now available. So that was the gain. Let me see, can I make that bigger? Hopefully that's big enough. We can open up a terminal, make that nice and big, do a gcloud -- version. So the one I installed yesterday was 505. We see 506 is now available, and we can just install that update. And let that run. Let's see. So it looks like there were two pieces to that update. Looks like it's going to take about 30 seconds. And this piece here is done. We'll give that one a moment. Actually, I can move myself back over to cover it up. Guess it doesn't matter at the moment. Oh, and there's another piece here. Okay, that did take about, I don't know, maybe a solid minute. But now we can just run the version again, and you see we got bumped up here. So I guess, yeah, the main update was the Google Cloud SDK there. So hopefully this helps some of you out there out, and you understand a little bit about the difference between just running an installer script or installing a deb file and actually adding it to your APT repositories. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you in another one.